Why do you need my license if I wasn't speeding? If I didn't commit an infraction, why do you need my license?
Visually,
you can't pace from sitting still. You cannot pace from
sir,
sitting
I'm not
still.
gonna argue with you, okay?
I'll tell you what. You go back there and write a ticket for me speeding,
Uh-huh.
and we can meet in court. But only if you write a ticket for not to yourself for not using a blinker whenever you got over it. How fast do you think I was going?
You're going over 10% over the speed limit.
You're out of your mind, bro. I'll take the ticket if you want to write yourself.
I'm not
one.
gonna write myself a ticket. When
Yeah, because the state can never be wrong.
The state can be wrong.
You're wrong right now, buddy.
And I did not pull
You're
over.
wrong right now,
You're
but
right.
you still got to get that license. It's like crack to you guys. I don't understand that. You guys don't like it when citizens don't bow down to you.
So you don't have to bow down to me.
Then let me be on my damn way without
was
violating
gonna
my
let you
Fourth Amendment.
You can argue and say what you want to say.
Get out of my fucking face, dude.
But here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
So here's the deal.
And here's the deal.
Here's the deal.
Here's the deal. Because here's the deal.
Here's the deal. Either give me your ID or you go to jail. How about that?
Catch me outside. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
Here's the deal.
Pursuit of a Mazda heading south on 3 Points Road.
I wanted to talk about this. This is a good video. This is a really, really good video put out by Last American Patriot. It only has he's only got 1.1 thousand subscribers. Let me refresh this page right here. I think I've had the tab open for a little while. You guys got to see this video. I love how this guy responds to this cop. This guy takes no Shiite. No Shiite at all. He is not going to back down from his individual right to the Fifth Amendment. Listen to this. Listen to the cops try to railroad this guy. And what law enforcement agency is this? Let's see. What is this? Officer Gilpin, Sergeant Wilson, MPD. What is MPD? Anybody know what MPD is? We'll try to find out as we go along in this live stream. But I like to name the officers, I like to give the badge numbers, and I like to give the law enforcement agency they're coming out of, because anytime somebody tries to trample your right, they need to be exposed. Here we go.
Sir, I'm Officer Gilpin, Midland Police Department, sir. Ma'am. And so the reason why you got pulled over as you passed me, I noticed you had your phone up.
No, my phone's right here.
Well, maybe it was my mistake then I stand corrected.
Have a good day.
No, you're not free to go. You seem to be in a hurry, sir.
Was I speeding?
Yes, you were.
No, I was not.
Okay.
I love that. It's like, oh, why'd you pull me over? Well, it looked like you had your phone in your hand. Nope, my phone was right here. Oh, okay. Then it must have been a misunderstanding. Have a good day. See you later. Appreciate it. Oh, wait. There was one more thing. While I'm conducting this fishing expedition, I feel that it's my duty to make something else up to let you know why I stopped you.
You weren't speeding?
No, sir.
All right, your license, please.
Do you have me clocked for speeding, or did you pull me over for that? Because that's the first time you told me you pulled me over for that. Now you're telling me speeding.
Let me start over. Okay.
Please do.
I said I noticed you with your phone. You corrected me. You said your phone was us up. You
So-
didn't have your phone in your hand, so I was mistaken.
So then you got me for something else now.
Yes, sir. Okay.
You have a
so
supervisor?
I do have a supervisor. So
Why don't you get him out
please.
here?
Your license, please.
What did you clock me at?
Sir, I did not clock you.
I love this guy. This guy from the get-go has this cop on his heels, when usually it's the opposite. It's usually, oh, I'm sorry, officer. Yeah, well, I'll comply, officer. Here, officer, here's my ID. Guys, I'm telling you, if we all start doing what this guy's doing right here, they're not going to feel so emboldened to pull people over and force them to identify and violate their right to be secure in their persons, because that's what it is. This is an attempt to violate your Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your identity. And that is a big deal, because if your name starts going into these databases and every time they pull you over, your name is constantly appearing, there's going to be some flags going off. And there's going to be some repercussions that you don't want in your life. That's why it's so important to hold the line. That's why I appreciate what this guy does. Watch this.
Exactly. So I wasn't speeding, because I saw you whenever I turned off of Garfield. And I am obviously not going to speed past a cop. Whenever I passed you, I was going 16 miles an hour. It's 25 on these roads, 20 or 25 on these roads.
My supervisor is quite a distance away. I'm going to give you a warning and let you go. You want to talk to me, supervisor?
Great.
All right, I'll call my supervisor.
So you're holding me here
You asked for supervisor. So I'm gonna
because
give you-
you're asking for my license for no reason because I wasn't speeding. I'm not going to get.
The cop's gonna act like, no. The reason I'm holding you here is because you asked for a supervisor. No. You got this backwards. The reason I asked for your supervisor is because you're forcing me to ID myself for no freaking reason, and you're sticking with that. So I'm standing my ground. Get your freaking supervisor.
Give you my license unless I was speeding.
All right. So you want? to
So
talk
if
to
you're
supervisor
good with
now?
it and I can drive away, I don't need your supervisor.
Okay.
But if you want my license and you're going to violate my Fourth Amendment, you're absolutely getting your supervisor.
Do you want me to call my supervisor?
So he lays down the law for the cop, not vice versa. And you can tell the cop, it's like, wow, they're not used to this kind of stuff. They're used to encountering people who are just going to roll over, just comply, just be a good product of the 15,000-hour public fool indoctrination program and do what you're told.
Do you want my license?
Yes, I want your license.
Your supervisor.
Okay.
Love this guy, man.
13.
Yes! You're not in control, cop. I'm going to treat you like the public servant you are. He's got his kids in the car. Cops should be ashamed of themselves, man.
So those are fellow officers. Not my supervisor. Supervisor outside town, so he's coming over. Okay.
Great use of resources there.
I'm sorry?
Great use of resources there.
Okay. You asked for a supervisor, so.
Well, because you're trying to violate my Fourth Amendment.
Sir.
Are you or are you not?
The cop is trying to blame this guy right here again. The cop's trying to convince the guy, the only reason you're sitting here, the only reason you're staying here on the roadside right here is because you asked for the supervisor. And the only reason he asked for the supervisor, not because he wanted to be detained, he gave the cop an ultimatum. I'll tell you what, just let me be on my way and you don't have to call your supervisor. But if you continue to ask me to make myself insecure in my person by giving you my ID, get your supervisor. The only reason I'm sitting here and you're wasting my time is because you're trying to violate my rights, and I'm not going to have it.
Why do you need my license if I wasn't speeding? If I didn't commit an infraction, why do you need my license?
Visually.
You can't pace from sitting still. You cannot pace from
So I'm not
sitting
gonna
still.
argue with you, okay?
Well, then prove your point.
So let me.
How do you know I was speeding? I'll sit here and shut up.
Really?
You tell me how you
Alright.
know I was speeding.
Visually, you came up rapidly behind me. You were speeding. My interpretation. I didn't get your radar, so that is why I told you you were speeding. Okay?
You don't know
you gonna
that,
let
so
me
you
talk?
don't get my license.
You don't have to give me a license. You want a supervisor? I asked you. I was gonna give you a verbal. Let you go. You want my supervisor? My supervisor's on his way. So that's where.
No. You wanted my license to give me a verbal. This
Sure.
all would have been done if you wouldn't have said you needed my
Again,
license for nothing.
You heard what I said? All right, so
That you
stand
don't
by.
know any violation and you wanted my
You were
license.
speeding.
I was not speeding.
That's your interpretation and my.
No, that's the fucking truth because it said 16 miles an hour on. I'm telling the truth. You wanted to ID me.
And guys, this is why you want a body cam. You want a dash cam that's got the little GPS thing so it can show you exactly how fast you were going. Like Chuck Bronson had, he had a front facing and a rear facing dash cam. I can't remember if he had a GPS thing that actually logs your miles per hour, but that is so freaking helpful because still right here, it's going to be the cop's word against this guy's word. And the judge will listen to the cop because they're all in that same club together. It's a big club and you ain't in it. But it would definitely be helpful. And I wouldn't even tell the cop till the very, very end. It's like, well, you continue to lie through this whole thing. And I bet you're going to change your tune now because this camera that I have has a GPS and it was recording exactly how fast I was going and where you were and where I was when you pulled me over. In short, always record the police.
You guys don't like it when citizens don't bow down to you.
So you don't have to bow down to me.
Then let me be on my damn way without
was gonna
violating
let
my
you be
Fourth
on-
Amendment.
You can argue and say what you want to say.
Get out of my fucking face, dude.
This guy is being a stellar example to his kids. You don't comply with authority when they're trying to conduct a fishing expedition and ruin your life. That's what cops do. This is road piracy. Just like piracy on the seas is not acceptable because it's criminal activity and it's immoral, same thing with the road pirates.
Why do you have me stop right now?
You want to start over?
And I will too.
Okay,
and
sir.
we can shake hands and be done. I will
Exactly.
calm down.
Sir, I'm calm. Exactly, sir. So I'm driving. I saw you behind me. I saw the phone up. I thought you had your phone in your hand.
The cops go, I'm calm. It's like, yeah, road piracy isn't being inflicted and initiated on you. It's being inflicted and initiated on me. Of course you're calm.
Okay. So I pulled you over because of the phone. When I came up to here, you corrected me and told me, and this, you're right, it's on the mount. You said it was on the mount. I said, sir, I stand corrected. Exactly.
Have a good day. You're on your way.
No, and I said you were speeding. You said we're going to start over. That's
He
right.
just lied again. He said the reason I pulled you over is because I thought you were on your phone. He didn't say the reason I pulled you over is because I thought you were speeding. That was an afterthought. And he just did it again. He expressed the afterthought again.
We're starting over, but you're still wrong. We can start over,
Sir,
but
I
you're
can be
still
wrong.
wrong.
You can be right. We can all be
Okay.
going back and forth. I'm just explaining. You asked me to start
Okay.
over. So I said you were speeding. You came up
Okay.
behind me. I pulled over, visually caught you speeding. You said you weren't speeding. Okay, that's your interpretation, and you're the driver. You have the right to say what you believe is the truth. I can't dispute what you say is the truth. I'm just saying what I saw and what I interpret. And I did not get you on radar. You're exactly right. I did not.
Okay.
So I said you were speeding. I asked for your license. You said no. You said I'm violating your Fourth Amendment.
Absolutely.
I said, okay. You said you want a supervisor. I said, okay, I was going to give you a verbal and let you go. I said, my supervisor's on the side of town. I can call him if you want the supervisor. And I did.
If you gotta have that license,
You're going to give me a verbal for what? You're going to give me a verbal for something that I didn't do wrong? I don't need your directives. I don't need your verbal. I'm not a kid.
I want to talk.
They got to give a verbal. They got to give I got to give you something. I got to give you a directive. I got to tell you what to do. It just makes me feel real good. It soothes my ego when I can give you a verbal.
The supervisor.
And that's where we are. So at the end of the day,
so now
I'm not trying to violate your Fourth Amendment right.
But
I'm
you're
giving
holding me.
Yes, he
but
is.
you are.
Sir, and I told you again.
You're in a gray area right now, right?
What's the gray area?
You are detaining me right now
Yes.
for invoking my Fourth Amendment.
That has nothing to do with Fourth
It
Amendment.
does, because
It
you
has
don't
something
get
to
that
do
license unless I made an
It has something to do
infraction.
with me having probable cause that you have violated.
I'll tell you
a
what.
traffic offense.
You go back there and write a ticket for me speeding,
Uh-huh.
and we can meet in court. But only if you write a ticket for to yourself for not using a blinker whenever you got over it.
Whenever I
When
did
you
what?
got over right here and I passed you, no blinker used. So
When
if
I
you
got
write a
over.
ticket to yourself for not blinkering, for not signaling to get over,
Yeah.
you can write a ticket to me too.
Get
And
over
we'll-
where?
right here whenever you parked right here.
I
When
love
you
What
got
lane
behind
did I
me.
get over in?
You got
There's
over
only-
to park.
There's only two lanes. I
You
did
got
not
over
get
to park.
I did not get over to park. So again, it's your interpretation, my interpretation. Okay.
I'll take the ticket if you want to write yourself
I'm not
one.
gonna write myself a ticket. When I
Yeah,
do
because the
violate.
government, the state can never be wrong.
The state can be wrong.
You're wrong right now, buddy.
And I did not pull
You're
over
wrong right now.
for-
You
it's-
pulled
it's
me
a
over
si-
for that phone.
It's a single lane.
You
travel.
pulled me over for that phone and you were wrong.
And I corrected myself. I told you.
But you still got to get that license. It's like crack to you guys. I don't understand that. You got to have it. Let me have it.
I love that. You got to get that license. You got to violate my Fourth Amendment right to be secure in my person because it's like crack to you guys. You guys love to feed your egos. You love to tell people what to do. You love to be in control. You want to be the ones who are right. You want us to cower down to you. You love that. It's like this is called being drunk on your own power. This is a different level of it. It's not like Philip Brailsford was so drunk on his own power that he ended the life of Daniel Shaver or the guy who choked out Aaron Garner. This isn't that level, but this is psychopathic power hungriness on behalf of this cop. He's got to have the last word. He's got to be in control. He's got to tell you, well, I'll just issue you a warning. No, you won't. Warning for what? Nobody was jeopardized on the road. I didn't do anything wrong. You lied about everything. What do you feel like you need to give me a warning for? I'm giving you a warning. Don't do this to anybody else ever again. Servant.
That license. I don't want as a citizen, I don't want my information entered in.
Yeah. Pirate says this dude was not having it today. God, I appreciate something because you know what's on the line right here. This guy, if this cop went rogue, he could drag this guy, call for backup, get 7 officers out there, drag him and his wife and his kids out of the vehicle, throw his kids in CPS. This is what you're risking here by not giving your ID. You know, because a lot of people will be out there going, dude, you could have had this over with. Just pull your license out and give it to him like we all would do. And then what happens? Tyranny keeps advancing and tyrants get bolder and bolder and they just do not stop. This pushback right here, this is the tip of the spear, man. That's why I appreciate this kind of thing right here. Because when you're reacting like this guy is and you're putting up the defensive front and this is the hill you will die on, and you're willing to sacrifice basically everything. That's what's happening here. Oh, you're just being so hyperbolic, man. You're talking about exaggerating. No, people have gotten shot for less than what this guy's doing. Philando Castile was obeying the officer's directive to reach into his pocket and grab his concealed carry license, and the cop freaked out. Philando Castile was doing less. He was putting up. Philando Castile was being cool with the cop. They were kind of joking around. Everything was all right. This guy right here is being more, defensive and standing his ground more firmly, way more firmly than Philando Castile. Philando Castile is not with us today. So when somebody does something like this right here, they're literally putting their life, and their families' lives on the line.
Do a database,
and it's all because the reason they're putting their life on the line is because these ego-driven cops are so unstable and insecure that they got to lash out at you, even though you're right. That's why, who was it? I can't remember who coined the phrase, it's dangerous to be wrong, right when the government is so wrong. But it's true. It's dangerous to be right and express your rightness and push back in the name of justice on a government who's so wrong and unjust and corrupt.
Any more than it has to be.
And sir, okay, you can say that. I wasn't even going to enter. I was going to look at the license and give you a roll.
But you don't get to do that unless I've done something wrong.
Yep.
Sir, my interpretation again.
So you think that? How fast do you think I was going?
You're going over 10% over the speed limit.
You're out of your mind, bro.
Sir, my interpretation.
You're out of your mind. So if the speed limit here is it 20 or 25? I was doing 16. Is it 20 or 20? Is it 20 or 25 right here?
If you say you're doing 16, that is your interpretation.
Is it 20 or 25
Listen to this.
right here?
I don't know. You tell me.
You don't.
He doesn't know what the speed limit is, but he's convinced that this guy went over it. That is the icing on the cake right there. I saw you speeding. Oh, really? What's the speed limit? I don't know. How do you know I was speeding? How do you know I was exceeding the speed limit? What a joker.
I don't know.
No, you tell me.
You don't. Either way. So if it's 20,
25.
10% over would be 22.
If it's 25, 10% over is 2.5 miles.
Yeah. Okay, so 27.5.
Yeah.
So you visually saw me going 27.5 miles an hour.
Yes, sir.
You need to get recalibrated, man.
Okay. Your interpretation of recalibration, then it's fine.
You're in the wrong.
Sir,
You're in the wrong.
We're going to argue. And
you're in the wrong.
just wait
There's
till
no
I'm
fucking
finished.
argument because you're in the wrong.
We're arguing right now. We're talking.
There's no argument. I'm telling you what the truth is.
But I'm telling
I'm
you-
being molested by my government
Yeah.
for doing nothing wrong because you have to have my ID.
Yep.
Because you violated traffic offense, yes.
No, I didn't.
And your interpretation.
You're a fucking liar, dude. Don't come back up to this car. Get your supervisor. I'm not talking
My
to you
supervisor
anymore.
is right. Like I
Not
said.
talking to you anymore. You're a liar.
The truth hurts. I love this. I love this, man. This guy's not backing down. You know why? Because when injustice happens to one man anywhere, and it's happening to this man right here, and he's standing against it, it will happen to all men everywhere, and it will never stop unless somebody stands up, and then another, and then we all stand up, and then it's like, hey, your charade is over. You ain't gonna win because we the people are informed.
Yes, sir.
Sir, how you doing?
What can I do for you, man?
I'm wondering why I'm still here
Well, apparently you called for a supervisor.
because he wants my license when I have committed no traffic infraction. When your officer first got up to this vehicle, he said he pulled me for this.
Okay.
Because that's up there. When that was wrong, then he tells me that I'm speeding. I know for a fact I wasn't. I looked down at 16. The whole time I was behind him and past him, I looked down, I was 16 miles an hour.
Okay.
But he wants to get my license. He already told me he hasn't clocked me. He estimated my speed from a standstill, which you can't pace from a standstill. He says I'm going 10% over the posted speed limit.
Okay.
From a standstill, he knows this.
But the cop doesn't know what the posted speed limit is, but he's convinced I'm going 10% over it.
I'm not giving up my license unless you're threatening to take me to jail.
Okay.
I wish he'd asked them, okay, you as the supervisor, what's the posted speed limit on this road right here? Do you know? Okay, so you don't, he probably doesn't. Well, I'd have to look at a sign. Well, if you don't know and he doesn't know, how is it possible that I could be going 10% over the speed limit that you don't even know what it is?
I'm not the war you guys want right now with all y'all have going on. I was going 16 miles an hour, but I'm not going to let him violate my Fourth Amendment when he was wrong.
Yep.
Okay. So what do you want now? What is it that
I want to be unmolested from my government and on my way.
Okay.
It's not funny
Well, I mean, you sat here waiting for me when.
because he wouldn't let me go.
Okay. All you need to do is verify that you have a driver's license.
Not going to do it. He doesn't have a reason to see it.
Well, now, yeah.
They don't see this as any big deal, guys. All you need to do is let him violate your Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your person. That's all you got to do. Oh, that's all I got to do, huh? You don't see that as a problem. You don't see that as a big deal. What if I was pulling everybody over just saying, hey, I need to ID you. I need to ID you for no freaking reason. They would cite you for harassment, and rightly so. That's what this is. This isn't serving and protecting. This is another example of harassing and collecting.
You have a reason. To
What reason is that?
Because we can actually stop you to check your driver's
No, you
license.
can't.
Yes, we can.
Not unless I've committed an infraction.
No, we actually can. I searched the traffic code. It'll tell you right there.
Shut
but
up.
That's all he wanted to verify. He's going to send you on your way.
No.
So, go. I'll let you go. Go.
Thank you very much. What's your name?
Wilson.
Wilson. Badge number?
330.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Wilson 330. So it's Wilson 330. I don't know what the other guy's number was. I'd have to rewind. I'm not going to do that right here, but I'll try to rewind. And when this thing uploads, I'll try to remember to put the badge numbers of those people. But let's watch the rest of this. Yeah, he drives off. That is so moronic. I really appreciate. Again, this guy is the last American patriot. He took his stand not just for himself, not just for his family, but by extension, everybody who would encounter a badge tyrant who's drunk on his own tyranny, who's drunk on his own power, and who's stroking his own ego, trying to make you insecure in your person's houses, papers, and effects by making you ID yourself for no freaking reason. I applaud guys like this. When justice happens from one man anywhere, it happens from all men everywhere. And that's why we set brush fires of freedom in the minds of men to do exactly what this guy right here did. Bravo, dude. I hope Last American Patriot. Let's see if he has any more videos on his channel. He's just got one video on his channel. I really hope this guy starts doing some auditing because he's articulate, he's brave, courageous. He's standing up to authority because that's the right thing to do. Looking forward to seeing more videos coming out of this guy. Leave your thoughts about this for the world and the global thought police in the comment section below. If you haven't done so already, subscribe to this channel, hit the bell notification icon, give it a thumbs up, share it with everybody you know. Don't forget, this June 11th, which is in 2 days, Trish and I plan on attending the March Against Our Lives, which they call it March for Our Lives, event, so we can ask them some hard-hitting questions, put them on the spot, and find out why they're trying to seek legislation to enact government-sanctioned gun violence on the rest of us who just want to be left alone. I'll see you guys in the next heavily censored shadow ban video.